Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Croft Studios here, and I'm here with a LEGO Bill and Ted Excellent Adventures MOC. This is actually from the second movie. This is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. So far we've made a bunch of MOCs for these two movies, and we're going to be showcasing them in separate videos and stuff like that. I decided that Bill and Ted would be a really cool thing to show off out of LEGOs. I don't really see a lot of people making creations from these movies. They're a bit older, but definitely one of my favorite movie series, and I thought we should make some sets from it. So this set in particular is Board Games with Death. If you remember from the second movie, Bill and Ted get sent to hell, and they have to play against death in order to escape from there. And they play a lot of different assortment of board games and different types of games, and you'll see it right here. We'll go through the characters first, and then we'll move into the model. So let's get straight into it. In this set, I included 3 characters. It makes sense to the movie for which characters I added. So the first character right here is Bill S. Preston, Esquire. And he's got his little jacket right here, which wraps around his legs. He's got it tied to his waist in the movie. He's just got a white shirt. Pretty simple character, not really much to it. He's got a scared face on the back, obviously. And then we've got Ted right here. These legs were colored a really long time ago because I tried to make Ted at one point. I think it looks pretty good. I feel like it could be better, but there wasn't really a good pair of legs for him, so that's why I did color them at one point. So he's got a scared face right there, and then he's got a face right there. His scared face is for when he says, "Most heinous dude." And then we've also got Death, of course, right here in his robes. He's got his giant weapon right here, obviously, that he carries around in the movie. Then you can see his face a bit right there. Very simple character, but I think it works. And that face is actually from a superhero set. It's I thought the front face looked really good, so we ended up using that for his hood. So that's basically it for the characters. Let's move into our actual MOC. Alright, so here's the actual model. The model itself doesn't really have a ton of playability. Some of our other MOCs with this Bill and Ted series that we're doing does have playability, but this one is more or less a show model, or you can kind of play out the scene with it. But you can see there's a lot of different details on this thing. We've got the steps that go up and out of the game room, so you can have your characters walk up there. There's not really like a ton of playability, like I said, but there are some cool looking details here that we can go into. So pretty much we'll start with the table, obviously the iconic game table that Death and Bill and Ted sit at. So these books right here, these black books, I only had 2 of these in my collection. But basically I thought they'd look good as little battleship score pieces right here. So like basically the screens, the ships would be down here and the score thing would be up here. So basically you could have them on either side. You could have Bill and Ted here, and then you could have Death here, and they could play Battleship. This is actually the electronic football game. It's kind of an older game. Not a lot of people play it anymore, I'm guessing. I think it's kind of vintage at this point. But like I said, this movie was made in 1991. So a lot of the stuff is older in this. So we've got these 2. These kind of just sit on the shelf over here. I'll put those over to the side for now. But I thought those books looked really cool as game boards, basically. So we've got chairs here. You can put Death right here, obviously. And you can put Bill and Ted in the other chairs if you want to. And you can see we have some torch lighters, or basically things to light up the dark. Even though they're not lit up in the movie, they're just kind of there, so we did include that detail. You can see how the bottom of the table looks. There's not really much detail. We put this here just as like a cord, so it's like it's plugged in. And then we've got the chairs here. They're just basically hooked on by this. Pretty simple design. There's not really much to them, but they're kind of a taller looking castle, I guess, design. And then a big part of this really cool detail is the twister board, which just detaches like that. And we actually printed this out and spray mounted it and stuff like that just onto a little piece right here. I thought it looked really cool. Tried to make it as minifigure scale as possible. I feel like making it out of bricks wouldn't do it justice. And then we've also got another detail right here. Fitting a Clue whole game board would look kind of bad, so basically I just took some text and made it say Clue on it in kind of an older font, and I thought that looked cool as like the actual box for the game. And then this is the Twister Spinner. so you can figure out which color you have to touch next with which body part, whatever you need to do. And then moving on to this part of the model, we've got another torch right here. We've got a little shelf right here with some other games and stuff on it. And then this is a little spot for the Battleship game. So I thought including a shelf would look kind of cool. We got some details on the side of it right here. And then this is actually a spot for the scythe. This wasn't in the movie or anything, but we thought we'd make a little spot where you can put it down so it doesn't just have to like lay on the ground or something like that. So I thought that'd be a cool little detail to add. If you were wondering how we made the actual structure of this thing, this is one piece right here. It's actually from Dimensions. It has a big circle in the middle of this, so we covered it up with the twister board. Thought that was a cool, unique use of this giant flat piece. See the back of it right here? Not really too much detail. There isn't really much going on back here. It's just the stairs right here. And then we've got some detail going over this. Not really a lot to it. We got some bricks and stuff like that. But like I said, this model is more or less for show. And it has a lot of different details, and you can play out the scenes like it's from the movie. And I find that to be really fun sometimes, just to play out different scenes from movies and kind of play the audio in the background. You can actually play with the characters and stuff. So I think that's really cool. So we'll move on to the conclusion of this MOC. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. We have some more Bill and Ted MOCs coming very soon. We've built 4 of them already, including this one, and we're planning on building more very soon. Due to the coronavirus, everyone's been kind of staying indoors lately, and it's given me a lot of time after I do my homework and projects and all that. It's been giving me a lot of time to work on MOCs and things like that recently. And Ninjago hasn't really been the biggest inspiration for me as of lately, so I've been wanting to do different movies and different things like that. So Bill and Ted will just be kind of like a thing that's going on right now, and then we'll see what goes on in the future and what I feel like building from. It'll typically be TV shows or movies or something like that, so if you guys have any suggestions of things you think I should move on to, like make a set series of, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll be thinking about what I want to make as well. But for now, I'll be doing some Bill and Ted stuff, and I'll keep uploading some Smash Ultimate characters that I work on. I have a lot of them done, but I want to upload them at a pace so they're not all just coming out at one time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be coming out with more MOCs soon, and stay safe out there.